Hey guys, welcome to day 4 of my 90 days to 5K per month challenge. Yesterday I had listed my house on Airbnb and began analyzing rental properties, but so far there have been no booking requests. It could be this time of the year where there are not many travelers, or because my photos didn't really represent the apartment in the best light. Either way, I'll retake the photos after a couple more days if I still don't get any response. Today, I looked further into Airbnb Arbitrage. I actually came across a video where a guy mentioned several reasons for why Airbnb Arbitrage is dead. I don't agree with his reasons, but it was still interesting points. I will dive into that after I finish the other two updates. I also analyzed 3 additional properties and reached out to the landlords of those properties. I will let you know once I hear back. And finally, I came up with my pitch script to a landlord who is the actual owner. Now, about the video where the person shared that he thinks Airbnb arbitrage is dead, there are 3 main reasons. The first argument is that there are many fewer people who are traveling now because of the economy, because of COVID. Well, I don't think that's really relevant to me because we are in a small town. It's not the amount of people traveling is not going to change very much anyway, and there will always be people who need a place to stay, and I think Airbnb will always be a compelling alternative to hotels. And second, he argued that Airbnb recently changed their policy to be extremely unfavorable for hosts, and he provided a story about a family who rented a beach house for $500 per night and for an entire week. On day 2, they found some ants in their room, and they contacted Airbnb and requested to be moved. Airbnb did so, and there was no other similar rental at the time. Airbnb moved them to another beach house twice as much. The host of that original family not only lost out on the weekly income he made, but he also had to cover the guest's entire stay at the more expensive place. So that's extreme case of Airbnb favoring the guest and throwing the host under the bus. But I don't think that's very likely to happen. And either way, I don't stay at a beach house. And even if the guests are moved, it will not be that expensive. Third, he said that many people jumped on the Airbnb bandwagon for the last few years, driving up housing prices, and a lot of people overpaid for their houses just to do Airbnb. But when they were not getting the booking that they had anticipated, they were stuck in a expensive house, and that's just a very painful situation. I don't think that applies to Airbnb, since you're not, by the very definition of arbitrage, you're not buying the house yourself. You're using someone else's property. And if business is bad, you could just break the lease and lose your original deposit. It's undesirable, but still much less expensive than being stuck in a house that you don't want. Because of these things, I still believe Airbnb arbitrage is a good business strategy, and I plan to try it out for myself before I dismiss it as not working. Now, for my pitch to the landlord, who is the owner. Mr. Landlord, I really like your apartment. It's exactly what I'm looking for. To make sure that this works out, I'd like to know what your ideal tenant is. In other words, could you tell me what are the top 3 qualities you desire? Okay, if I hear you correctly, you want someone that pays their rent on time, takes care of the place, and stays for a long time. That's perfect, because I promise you, I will provide all of those things. The only difference from your other tenants is that I won't be living in the apartment myself. I run a business where I provide short-term housing to business travelers and working professionals. Is that something you'd be open to? And I wait for his response. He will most likely have some objections, such as, I don't want strangers staying in my house, or what if they damage my house? I don't want to deal with it. And I have 2 rebuttals to each argument. The first one is, well, let me tell you about my vetting process. And I will make sure that the guest that stays will be a responsible adult who who takes care of your place as they take care of their own home. And second, after every guest leaves, if anyone leaves a mess or cause any damage, we have renter's insurance that will cover this. And in addition, we also have a superb cleaning crew that will restore the unit back to before the guest came over. And there might be additional rejection reasons that I don't know yet. But once I have my first meeting, I'll update you guys in that video. But as I was filming, one of the landlords I reached out to replied back and invited me to apply through Zillow. And that involves paying $30 and doing a background check. Of course I'm not going to do that. I just sent him back a reply asking for a time to meet. I will update you guys in the next video what we decide. With that, we're at the end. If you like my video, please hit like, and if you would like to follow me on my journey for more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any updates. You guys are awesome. Until next time, peace!